Hello everyone and welcome to the third episode of the tutorial series for the Android app The Musician's Songboard. Today I would like to show you the overview over the scrolling activity. The scrolling activity is the activity that you use if you want to play the chords and lyrics of one of your favorite pop songs. So, I open the app on my emulated tablet here. And there it is. I already showed you the overview over the main activity. If you like to see that again, just go back to the playlist and refer to episode 2. So, we are now on the Songs tab here on the tablet in the multi-pane view with the two columns here. You now open a song to play along with your instrument, and let's do it. I choose Stained. It's been a while. So this is the scrolling activity. It's called scrolling activity because it auto scrolls if you hit the scroll button start here in the upper right corner, or you can open this menu here and there is the start button too. That is the first thing I would like to explain. You start the scrolling, it scrolls, you can stop the scrolling here, but this button is only a convenient method to start to make a quick start possible. Normally you could choose this one here, start and stop, and you can change the velocity of the scrolling here. Scroll faster or scroll slower. You will see that the scroll speed is here in the first line at the very beginning. You see the scroll speed 24, it says here. If I now go up 22, 20, it goes down. The speed, the value here above goes down because that means it's more the frequency of the scrolling, and that means the lower the frequency is, the faster the scrolling goes. So why is that displayed here? Because the scroll speed is one of those values that gets stored device specific and orientation specific. So if you, for example, we could now save this here. Let's say I go to 10. I save this here. This is the save button. Song has been saved. Now if I rotate my device, then the app loads again all the values, and we see here the speed is now 20. So maybe I have in this view a big text size, and here comes the next feature. If you open this second menu here, you can change the text size up and down, increase, decrease. By the way, you can pinch to zoom with your with two fingers too, but this only works once. You pinch, it increases. You pinch, it increases. Try that. It's not the very best solution, but it works. So let's say I have a very big font size here in this landscape mode, and let's say I adjust the speed on, let's say on 30. This is what we adjusted. We save this now, and this now gets saved for this device, the tablet, and it gets saved for this orientation for the landscape mode. If we change back to portrait mode, the app restores the values that we saved earlier. So now scroll speed is again 10. and size here is 20. Normally on my tablet I use the text size 30, by the way. So this would be the text size, or maybe I would go a little bit lower here on 28. Let's say I save this again. It saves now again this text size 28 and scroll speed 10 for this device and for the orientation portrait mode. So let's try this now. I go back to landscape mode. Now we see text size 36, scroll speed 30. We could immediately start scrolling and start playing because we know we adjusted these values and they get restored correctly. Now we go back to portrait mode. And what happens? We have text size 28 and scroll speed 10. We could immediately play and hit the start scrolling button. So that was the explanation of the scrolling, the scroll speed, and of the device and orientation specific storage of those values. That is very important because you don't want to reset these values each time you open the song. You just want that the app stores that, and if you open the song, it shall be there. It doesn't matter which device or which orientation you use. It shall be every time the same value that you stored. So that was scroll speed, and I explained the save button here. What else do we have here in this second menu? We already explained text size, and those buttons above, those two buttons here, are the transpose function. So now you see all the chords are here blue. That is the color of the chords. And if you transpose this, now we go up, half tone up, half tone up, half tone up, half tone up. You see here again in the first line, it says transp 5. That means we are now 5 half tones up. And if we go to the 6th half tone up, the value here goes down to -6. So it goes up, starts, and it always goes through the 12 half tones. So -3, -2, -1, 0. 0 is the original not transposed song. I would recommend you, if you edit your own songs, or if you edit songs of your favorite pop bands, then always try to find out what is the original tuning, and always edit the song with the original tuning, so that if you go on transpose 0, then the song should be the original tuning version. So that was transpose, text size, scroll speed. What else is here above? The metronome. If you edit a song and import a song into the app, then you can set the tempo. This is here in the header information. Here above is the header information, title, artist, album, year, tempo. Here's tempo 118. The app takes this tempo, and if you hit the metronome button, then you hear the metronome. Now, maybe you like to play this song faster or slower. Well then, you can hit one of those buttons, +1 or -1. And that means you can increase or decrease the metronome speed. I now go down here. We are now at 75, and you see this here above again in the first line, BPM 75. And that means you don't change the tempo that is here in the header of the song, but you change the tempo for yourself. That means there are two tempos, two tempi in the app, one for the song and one for your personal version. This is called my tempo. So if you change the tempo, if you go now hit and save, hit the save button here, the song is now saved, then the app stores that you want to play this song at, now in this example, on 75 beats per minute. It doesn't change the tempo that is in the header. So if we go back now to our song list and we open again It's Been a While from Stained, then again here is tempo 118, and again here above is tempo 75. If you hit the metronome now, it will play the tempo 75 because that is your tempo. That is the tempo you want to play the song. That is not the original tempo. So, that is important to know. That's the menu above. And that was the differences between my tempo and scroll speed size, text size, transpose. What else is there to mention? Now this scrolling activity shows you the song as the structure is. You have the different parts. The parts are always in red. Each part has a name, a part name, and the part name is displayed here in red. The chords displayed in blue, and the text is displayed in, let's say, I think it's gray. Now the song structure is really simple. It's always part, and each part has a name and has the rows with the chords and lyrics in it. What else can you do in the scrolling activity? You have some buttons here above. I already showed you the start button. You have the edit button. This edit button edits the header, only the header. If we hit the edit button, you see here now the title, the artist, the album, year, tempo, my tempo. Here you can adjust again if you we changed the tempo, we changed my tempo, and now I set it back because I want my tempo to be the same as the original tempo. We set that back. You should always try to find out on which album was that song, was that title. And if you edit the album here, then the app tries to fetch the album art. And the album art is displayed here, and the album art is displayed on the home tab I already showed you in the episode 2. I hit again the save button. You must always save the song manually. I chose not to do that automatically because maybe sometimes you do things that you would like to undo, and there is no undo function here. So you only can undo things if you go back and don't save the song. So let's say I just saved this. Let's say I added something here, some nonsense, and I say, oops, I didn't want to do that. So I go back. The app now asks me, do you want to save the song? Because the app has identified that you changed some values. And you say now, no, cancel, because I did something wrong. I don't want to save that. So I open again, It's Been a While, 118, everything looks fine. Great. The album art is here just that it looks nice, and the album art is here. Here is Stained. If I click there, Stained has been selected, and the song It's Been a While is there. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 other buttons here on the scrolling activity. The YouTube button here, I can't click that now in this emulated device because there is no YouTube on this device at the moment. So if you click there, it just opens YouTube. It just entered in YouTube song and artist, and you just have the ability to open the video on YouTube and to check out how the song is played. Then there are export functions here above. if you hit export, the song will be saved locally on your device on the SD card as XML file. That is XML. The XML file is the file that you can take and share with your friends. It's the best possibility to exchange the files, because the XML structure is for the app directly readable. The app understands the XML structure and can just take it and load all the correct settings. The export function exports your personal settings too. That is really relevant. If you hit export, it saves locally, and the values, scroll speed, text size, transpose, and my tempo, and the device specific settings. That means all those settings for each device and for each orientation will be exported in that XML structure too. The difference to export is share. If you hit share, then the XML song, again the XML structure, the XML file of the song will be shared directly. It will not be saved on the SD card, but you can share it directly. Let's say via email, via WhatsApp or something else. And in that XML structure, your personal settings will not be integrated. That is only the XML structure of the song. The third export function is the print function. It works similar to the share function. So it just renders the text and gives you the possibility to share it via email, WhatsApp, or whatever. The difference to the share and export function is that the print function exports the song as you see it here. So there is no XML structure, it's plain text. Only plain text. So if you have colleagues in your band that want to have the chords and lyrics, you just give them the printable version here, the print export. They can print it on a sheet of paper and everything is fine. So that is now nearly everything for the usage of the scrolling activity. There is a bit more. There is a lot more for the editing, but I think I will show you that in the episodes of the import. So stay tuned, that will come later. I show you quickly what I mean here. If you long press on a line, then there is a menu for editing the lines, the text lines, the lyrics and chords lines. And if you long press on a red part name, then there is a special context menu for editing the part. But I will go into detail in the next episode that will talk about the import functions. Well, that's it. I hope you liked it, and see you next time. Stay tuned and have fun with Musician's Songboard. Goodbye.